Going to happen right now. If you want to make sure your camera's off, that is perfectly fine, but this is also to make sure that this information can be shared with as many people as possible. And with that being said, I'm going to now ask all of our panelists to introduce themselves. If you could say your name, where you're from, and what school you're going to be attending. And in the order that I see right now, Jayla, you're up first.
Hi, my name is Jayla Hamlin. I'm from Kenya, but I'm currently living in Maryland right now, and I will be going to Temple University.
Awesome. EJ, you're up next.
Hi, my name is Ijoma. I go by EJ. I'm from Tanzania, Nigeria, residing in the state of Maryland, and I'll be going to George Washington University.
Doreen?
Hi everyone, so my name is Doreen Kemera and I'm from Tanzania and I'm currently living in Tanzania and I'll be going to Middlebury College in Vermont.
Miriam?
Hello, I'm Miriam Mukandwa. I'm from Tanzania, but I live in Maryland, and this fall I'm going to University of Maryland.
And last but not least, Nyla.
Hello, my name is Nyla Zidikari. My family is from Tanzania, but I'm currently living in Maryland. And this fall, I'll be in Columbia University. Thank you.
Amazing. And just so you guys know, the first half of this meeting will be prepared questions that we have for our panelists. If you have any questions, we ask that you save those questions until the second half, where you'll be able to either unmute and ask those questions by simply raising your hand, or you could put them in the chat. So if you do have any ideas or any questions, either hopefully wait and we can answer them preemptively, but if we don't end up answering them, there will be a section in time for that. And with all of that being said, we're just going to get started, and any order of you guys can go up with this, but what was the main reason for you guys choosing your college?
I could go first. So there's two main reasons for me. It was the location of my school and the resources my school would provide. So Columbia University is located in New York City, which is a major city here in the United States. And around me, in addition to the resources my school could provide me, having those resources of the city at my fingertips was going to be very beneficial. So I really like that aspect of the school, as well as the research opportunities that my school could provide me in itself, because my school is a major research university, which just means that it allocates a lot of resources to conducting research for the students and professors at the school. So those were the two biggest reasons for me choosing my school.
What she said, my main biggest reason for why I chose George Washington was really just because of the resources and what they had to offer. I think it's important to choose a school that is catering to your needs, and that's what George Washington did. George Washington catered to my needs with it being in DC, and DC being where there's a lot of governmental jobs. As far as my plans are after college is to aim for a governmental job, praying for like the White House, but yeah, with George Washington has a lot of connections with the White House, with other companies such as NIH, the CIA, and other international things. So that was my biggest thing about it, just the opportunities after college.
Okay, so I'll go next. So in addition to what Nyla and Ijeoma said, so I would agree with them that I was looking at what opportunities could the college offer me. And in terms of Middlebury College, I was looking at what programs do they have beyond the academic aspect of regarding the major that I wanted to major in. So for example, they had like global scholar programs where my scholars could be part of a year-long program, and it exposes them to either study abroad programs or even within the Middlebury community. So things that could enrich your academic experience. But another thing that I really looked into was I wanted to go to a liberal arts college. So meaning apart from the major that I have, I'd also gain insight, or rather my academic would not only be tied onto my major that I'm majoring in, but I could have exposure. For example, if I wanted to be fluent in a language, which Middlebury is known for, it has one of the most recognized language programs in America. So that's another thing that I considered. And lastly, of course, I did look at the financial aid aspect. So how does financial aid look like, especially to international students? Because for some colleges, they didn't really offer so much full aid to international students. They could offer partial aid, but then And for example, Middlebury had a commitment to meeting 100% demonstrated need. So those are like the aspects that I looked at.
I can go next. So for me, I looked at the financial aid aspect. I looked at how far I was from home, and I also looked at the majors and like how it would affect my major. Um, Temple is like 2 hours away from my house, so it was not that far. And then also, it was the school that gave me the most money, so that kind of caught my eye more than any other school. Also because I am out of state, so the more money it gave me, like the more I was able to pay and like not struggle and being in debt later on in life. But also the majors that it had was also, and like how strong their programs were really good for my major because I'm doing psychology, and their psychology program is really good, and they have like a lot of internships with, you can like work at like a therapist institute, you can work with like mental health patients, like all those type of stuff. And then also you can combine a bunch of majors with like other programs that like have nothing to do with your major, like musical theater, which is my minor. So it's like I can combine those two and still make it work and graduate on time. And they also like really work well to help people graduate on time and help with money as well. That's why I picked Temple as my school.
Okay, I can go. I picked UMD for multiple reasons. One of them is the location. I wanted to be not too far away, not anywhere like on the West Coast, not somewhere where I'd have to like take a flight, take a plane to visit home. But I still wanted to have enough distance so that I could get new experiences, learn new things, and not feel like I'm just like 5 minutes away from home. And UMD is the perfect distance for that. Apart from that, it also has a lot of educational opportunities. Their business program is really highly ranked, and that is the major that I plan on switching into later on at my stay at UMD. It also has a lot of, like, apart from the education and like the very good like staff, it has a lot of other extracurricular activities that I found interesting in high school, like cheerleading and theater. I want to be able to go to a college where I can explore these other aspects that are not just educational, so that I can enrich myself as well as like just the educational part. So I found that UMD would have a great balance of that, and those are some reasons why I chose UMD.
All right. Thank you guys so much for your information. Also, I just realized I failed to introduce myself a little bit, but I'm sure as you know, hi everyone. My name is Raj Kondwa. I'm a current 1L, or I just finished my first year at Harvard Law School. So any information that I may give might be a little bit different because this will be about the process of applying to grad school, if that is something that you're thinking about. However, I do think just one last thing that I wanted to add on, I also went to UMD for undergrad, and I think it's really good where if you are thinking of maybe grad school for like medical school or law school or any type of like extra degree going after, that you think about how much longer you're going to be in school and then maybe think about the financial aspect of that. I think for me, a really big thing was going to UMD to spend as little money as possible in undergrad because I knew from the very first day that I'd be going to law school. So that way I could be a little bit more flexible with the law schools that I chose to go to. And with that being said, I would love to get now into more personal questions. And the first question that I have is starting from the very beginning, your freshman year of high school. What do you think was the biggest thing that set you up for success during your time for the college application process? And to start, we'll go with Jayla.
I think so for me, starting my freshman year online kind of really set me back from the college application process because I couldn't meet with my counselors or the college lady all in person. It was more of me just trying to like look it up on Google and figure out what I had to do. But once I got in person my sophomore year, that's when I realized how I needed to get my stuff, which was figuring out who I wanted to do my recommendations, looking for colleges, like figuring out what I wanted to do for my major. It was really just setting like a timeline of, oh, I need to figure out what I want to do here, how I'm gonna get how I want how I want to get what I want for my college applications, figuring out like it was more just like figuring out the steps and like of the college application process and figuring out how I need to get there and asking help and not making sure that like I'm gonna wait to the last minute to do everything. It was more of thinking ahead, persistent on how I want to do to get my college application process on time, and like figuring out if I want to do like early decision, all this and that. It was more just thinking ahead and not thinking last minute.